So today I have a few more Domino's work stories for you guys, but it's going to be a bit different. These are going to be a few shorter stories that I have. Just been sitting up in my head for a while, and I wasn't really able to make a full video about all of them. So here we have just some shorter stories that just happened while I was at work. So the first one is about this one woman who barely spoke English, and I think she was Indian. I have no idea, to be honest. I usually don't walk up to people and go, "Hey, what's your race?" So it's just not something that I would do, obviously. So what happened was she ordered our garbage pizza, which we call it extravaganza. I just said a garbage pizza, so it'd be easier for some people to know what I'm talking about, because I know that not every place does that. But she asked for it, and she'd asked like what came on it and everything, and I was telling her. And basically, the way some of our pre-made pizzas work is, if you order the veggie pizza, it's not going to tell you that there's spinach, this and that, and everything on it. It's just going to say the veggie pizza, And this is different from if somebody ordered the pepperoni pizza. It would just say hand tossed, thin pan, whatever the hell they want, crust with pepperoni. So it would just say that. But this pizza actually didn't say that. It just said the extravaganza and everything, and I wasn't understanding some of the things she was trying to tell me. I was having trouble, and it's because this person had a real thick accent, And I was even turning around the screen to try and point to her what she wanted and everything. And then her husband even actually got on the phone and was all, he spoke better English than I did, so he was trying to tell what he wanted. She was just trying to add like banana peppers and a bunch of other stuff to it. And the extravaganza, I'm pretty sure it comes with almost every topping that we have. There's like 4 or 5 that it doesn't have. And when they got back to the restaurant in about an hour or so, and I don't know why people wait this long sometimes. I mean, if it was me and I realized my food was screwed up, I would just come back there and I'd be there within a couple minutes. So I didn't understand why it was all like that and everything. And she just basically came in and was saying that the food is all messed up and she wanted to speak to the manager. So I had her speak to him, and she didn't understand why there was ham on the pizza and everything. And it's the pre-made extravaganza pizza. That's how it works. And she was just, I don't understand how. And I go, well, it's just the pre-made. And she was thinking we did it. And I was just sort of laughing because my manager was all, we didn't magically just put pepperoni and ham and all that stuff on it. It just comes that way. So it was just really funny. And she was just all, forget you guys, I'm never coming back. And I was, oh no, I mean, I don't understand why restaurants will do that. People go into restaurants, they'll just say, I'm never ever coming back, when we get probably hundreds of thousands of customers a day, I would imagine. There's probably, I don't sit there and count, maybe I should, but they at least get like 60, 70, 80, 100, 90 customers by the time I leave and stuff. And I mean, I'm not even there for the day shift. I'm there towards the sort of end of afternoon, beginning of night shift and stuff. And I'm sure the store literally opens at 10:30 or something, and they close at midnight. So I mean, I don't know how it's like when people are there during the day shift and the night shift and everything. I don't know what it's like, but I mean, I'd imagine that there are more customers coming and everything. I just imagine that's how it works. And the next one we have is this one guy who was really weird about something. He had said he got the wrong pizza, and I said, oh, okay, let me talk to the driver and stuff. So I told my manager, he called up the driver and everything, and just started to see what was going on. So then the driver had basically just said, oh, I'm sorry, I guess I gave it to the wrong person. And he had said, well, what are you going to do with the pizza? And I was all, why do you fucking care, first of all? I didn't say that, but I was just thinking that. And I said, well, as long as you didn't eat it, did you? He's, no, I didn't. And as long as they didn't do anything to it, we'd be able to tell if they messed with it or something. We'd probably just give it to the customer. And he was all, you really would give a customer a pizza that was in somebody else's house? And yeah, if you guys didn't do anything to it, it's a perfectly good pizza. And the guy was all, I wiped my boogers on it. And I was just, what? No, you didn't. It was freaking weirdo. And he was just really rude about the stuff and all that. And then I don't even know why customers can just be so annoying sometimes. And the guy sounded like he's 45, and when he said that, I heard his wife say his name in the background and was like, what are you doing? It was just really funny. And then he kept asking for my name, and you don't have to give out your name to anybody. I sometimes will give a fake name. My boss said to stop doing that, so I don't anymore. But I would just never tell people. I would just say, I don't have to tell you. I don't have to tell you that. I'm not obligated to tell you that. So Then essentially he said like kiss my ass you piece of shit and ended the call. So I was okay then. Well, fuck you too, buddy. I hope you choke on your lemonade tomorrow morning when you wake up and everything. I drown in your hope you drown in your own spit while you're sleeping. I hope it chokes you to death and stuff. So then the next one we have is this lady who I don't even know why she said this, but she calls us up and she asks, hey, I got a Coca-Cola instead of a lemonade, and I told her we don't have lemonade, we have Diet Cock. I mean Diet Cock, and then regular Coke, and then we have orange soda, and then we have Sprite, and then we have water, and all of the above except water come in 2 liters. And she was, I'm not stupid, let me speak to your manager. And I went, okay. And then I told the manager, and I was, oh, this lady's really dumb or something. She clearly is stupid, and she has the fact that she has to tell me that she isn't stupid, and it just means she is. Usually, when somebody goes, I'm not stupid, or I'm really smart, they're usually a fucking dumbass, honestly. As long as if you ever hear somebody bragging about their intelligence, it's because they want you to be convinced that they're smart, because they know deep down inside they aren't. It's just really annoying and everything. And then she spoke to my manager, and I just love how pretty much every time I say something, the manager will pretty much do a carbon copy of it, copy pasta, whatever you want to call it, a word salad of just exactly what I said. They'll pretty much say, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 words different, but they pretty much said almost exactly what I said. So I don't know why they have to take it from the manager and, oh, the manager said it, he must be right. I could literally lie and say I'm the manager. Or, I could go, I'm the manager. I could just change my voice the tiniest bit and they would be, oh, okay. Especially because through a phone line, somebody's voice sounds a little different. It might sound a little bit muffled like this. They might sound like that. Or something. They could just sound different entirely and all that. And I guess he figured it out this way. He said that she might have been calling the Domino's in Carpentersville, which I've never been to. I've been to Carpentersville, but I haven't been to the store just because I guess Carpentersville is a little bit far. I don't know exactly how far it is for me. I'll put it up on the screen, but yeah, it's just a bit farther from me and stuff, and I don't know why she had thought that and everything, and I was thinking, did we ever have lemonade? My manager go, yeah, 30 years ago. So that's pretty funny. It just makes me think of that one SpongeBob clip. I'll try to see if I can find it, where this one lady pays with shells, and he says, yeah, that was fine 20 years ago. But I probably won't end up putting it in the video because, a lot of the times when I put SpongeBob clips in, unless they're like 2 seconds long, they get copyright claimed. So I'm not going to do it. But anyway, next one we have is this lady who she had called up and she had said, what time do you guys close? Which is, a lot of people ask that. And I told her 1 in the morning. She goes, yeah, she goes, oh, wow, that's pretty late. I don't know why the place next to me doesn't close that early. It closes early. The one I go to usually closes 6 or 7 p.m. And I went, oh yeah, that's like around dinner time. I don't know why. She goes, yeah, I know, right? Pretty weird, huh? So then she goes, I just need to return something. And I go, okay, what's wrong with it? And she goes, I just don't like it. So I said, okay, that's perfectly fine. Just come in and we'll give you another one. And she goes, okay. And she goes, you guys have a Dropbox, right? And I go, a Dropbox? And she goes, yeah, every library has a Dropbox. And I go, this is not the library. And I just hate when people will do this, it's so annoying. When literally the first thing I say is what I've been trained to from day one to say. Literally one of the first things they told me when they told me I had to man the phones is you're supposed to say, Domino's, will this be for delivery or carry out? I don't know how that translates into, this is the library. I don't even know. These people just must have the worst selective hearing in the fucking world. It just makes me think of that one Odd Ones Out clip where he said that some guy thought he was calling a gas station. I would put the thing here, but it's like a whole 30-45 second clip. I just don't want to have you guys watching that for a long time and everything. Sometimes I'll put clips in if they're like 5-10 seconds long, but it's a bit of a longer clip, so I'm not going to do it. So then the person, they went, oh, and they hung up. I just don't know why. Like, the first thing I'll say is the restaurant name, and I feel like so many places will do this too. I'm not supposed to just say hello, because then no people aren't going to know who they're talking to and stuff. Some people do end up calling the wrong number. So then the next story is actually about a driver, what they ended up having to do. was pretty funny. They went to the guy's house, and they said some guy who looked like a hippie came to the door, which is pretty funny because you don't really hear the term hippie very much anymore. It was more of a 60s and 70s term. But they said a guy who looked like a hippie came to the door, and the hippie guy, he ended up paying for his pizza, and then you're not exactly supposed to say it, like when if somebody gives you a tip, great. If they don't, you can't really say anything. You're not supposed to say give me a tip, even as a CSR, which normally people don't tip. They get the option to. I mean, you're not even supposed to ask for a tip. It's considered rude if you do. It doesn't matter if you're a masseuse, a taxi driver, a haircut person, a stylist, whatever the heck you are. If you are allowed to get tips or you work for tips solely, it doesn't matter. You can't ask for a tip. It's just kind of rude. I mean, of course you could, but I mean, they would just not give you a tip. So then the guy, he was just about to leave, and then the guy goes, "Oh wait, man, you want a tip, right?" And they went, "Well, it would be nice, but you don't have to." And he goes, "Oh no, I'll do you something. I'll give you a tip." So then the guy goes, "Great," and he says, "Let me get that." So then he waits about a minute, and the guy comes back, and he hands him a brownie, and he goes, "Thank you." And the guy goes, "Oh yeah, you probably want to eat about half of that, and then wait 45 minutes." And then he goes, "Why?" And I guess this guy must not be familiar with magic brownies, because then he goes, "Why? Why would I eat half a brownie and then wait 45 minutes? I mean, you think I'm on a diet or something?" Because this guy isn't even fat. He's pretty skinny actually. So I don't know if the guy was concerned about his weight or he thought or something. But the guy goes, "That's because there's drugs in it, man." And he went, "Oh, okay. Well, I don't want that then." But he took it back to the work, and I guess he gave it to somebody else. And I thought he was making it up, so I said that's not true. But then he showed it to me, and then I looked at it, and it looked like there were bits of green on the top, and I even smelled it, and I was, wow, that smells like a rotten skunk's asshole. So yeah, that definitely had drugs in there. Then the next story is about this one person who they ended up thinking they were calling another town store too, where they ended up saying, "Oh, could I look for my order?" And what you're supposed to do is ask for their name, and they say my name's Bob Johnson or whatever it is, and then if that doesn't come up, then you're supposed to ask for the last 4 digits of their phone number. Then they give that to you, and then if nothing comes up that way, then you ask, "Hey, you sure it's not under a different name or under a different number? Because otherwise, too bad, too sad, we can't really do anything for you." So the guy was just saying, "Yeah, like this is what I put it under, this is that, and this is this and everything." And then he goes, "This is the Mundaline store, right?" And I said, "No, this is the Carey store." And he must have been way off, because I don't know how far Mundaline is. I'll put another thing on the screen. I'm going to have to Google these, I guess, because I don't know how far Mundaline is, but I'll just have to see. But basically, he ended up figuring out it wasn't Mundaline, and everything was, oh, okay. But then the next little story is about, if you guys don't know who this person named James Charles is, he's basically somebody in the beauty community, and I didn't even know who he was a while ago either until I had looked him up, just because all these people kept saying sisters, like all these girls at my school used to say that, and I was, what? They said, "Oh, it's just a YouTuber." So I googled YouTuber who says sisters, and it's apparently some guy named James Charles. He's a beauty guru guy, and he puts on makeup, and I mean, if it makes him happy, then I guess that's his thing. I mean, I never watched his videos, but I guess I just ended up learning about the drama. He was some guy who was a gay guy, which again, I mean, you do you, that's your thing, I don't care. And he was trying to turn straight people gay, and that's kind of where I draw the line, because I've had problems with that. So if somebody tries to do that to me, that is just really annoying, and I just hate that type of thing. But I guess that was just something he did, where there's literally compilations on YouTube about like 10 minutes long where he's trying to turn straight people gay, and it just kind of makes me cringe inside and everything. So I remember somebody sent it to me and just said this is sickening, I guess, and yeah, it's pretty weird. But anyway, besides the point, this guy is sort of based off of the Little Zan's biggest fan. But this guy was almost James Charles's biggest fan in a way, because he didn't really look like him in a way, but he always just put on makeup, which again, like I said, if you want to do your thing, that's cool with me, I guess. I mean, it doesn't bother me one bit. I don't lose sleep just because you want to put on makeup and dance around or whatever you do. It's not my thing, just whatever, I don't care. But he was doing that, and he would always just, like, say sisters all the time, and he would always just say yas, and it was just really strange, and I mean, he was a cool guy though. I mean, he quit, and I kind of missed him just because he was kind of a cool guy. We had interesting conversations. He made me laugh sometimes, but he was a cool guy though. But other than that, it was just like, dude, like you like this person a little too much. It's just funny. I mean, I like, I don't know, video games, but I'm not gonna start wearing the Skyrim helmet, saying Fush Rodan and everything, and running around and all that, and being, I am the Dragonborn. I'm not that crazy. I'm not gonna be doing that. It's not my whole personality. It's just a bit of a hobby, a bit of a pastime, a bit of a whatever, and all that. And pretty much, then he was just quoting him a lot, and I guess he tried to do the same thing, turn straight people gay. Because he didn't do it to me, but I remember he solely said that there was one guy, I guess, that even one of the girls in the work said that he was attractive, I guess. And I mean, sure, whatever, think what you want, I guess. And then they once asked me that, and I'm not attracted to any men. I wouldn't even think that Ryan Reynolds is attractive or anything. It's just freaking weird. I mean, I don't know why people ask me that when I don't like men in the slightest. It's really annoying. I mean, it's like asking a lesbian woman if they're interested in men. Obviously not. That's not who they choose and everything. But he would always just hit on this one guy and call him cute or attractive or whatever the heck. And I could tell that it made him uncomfortable, but he didn't want to be all shut the fuck up, I guess, because, that guy was a manager, and I guess he wanted to be nice to him and everything. But he would just sort of awkwardly laugh each time and all that. And it was just weird because I remember one of the things he said, he just ended up saying that he likes hitting on straight guys just because he knows that it makes them uncomfortable and everything. And I just don't understand. I mean, I don't know why they're allowed to do that and just nobody bats an eye. But then if I even as much as look at a lesbian woman the wrong way, they're going to try to cancel me or something and just be all, you're a creep, you're a weirdo, you're a creep, you're a weirdo, Radiohead song, fucking, I'm a creep, I'm a weirdo, so fucking special, I just thought that was funny. But, it just, they just end up thinking I'm weird and everything and don't want to talk to me because of that. But, it's just ridiculous. And this guy he pretty much liked that person a little too much. And it's just kind of ridiculous. But then, lastly, if you guys have watched this far, thank you. This is probably my longest story time I've ever done. Where this last guy, he was actually a teacher of mine and stuff. And he was always a quirky teacher. And I remember once, I could even ask my brother about this. He's not here right now. He's watching TV. But he even just randomly gave him a spatula for no reason once. And it was just the last day of school, and he wrapped up a spatula, and he goes, here, and he gave it to him. And it was so weird. I don't think there's any video footage of it, but some guy once claimed that Kurt Cobain from Nirvana just walked up to him and gave him a razor and just did the same thing here, just without any context. Maybe he thought he needed a shave, but it's just a bit weird. This guy was definitely really quirky, so we're just gonna call this guy Mr. Strange. So Mr. Strange, he just ended up coming into the building one day, and I like to do this thing where if I recognize somebody and it's been a while since I've seen them, I don't want to say hello until they say hello to me. If they do, just because I don't want to say hi, and then who are you? I don't remember you. You were this, you were that. That was so long ago. Ha ha ha. Whatever and stuff. And I mean, I just don't want to act as if I know them, if in case they don't remember me, and I don't want to have a big long conversation about it and everything, because they might forget about me, which I don't care. But he was just came in once, and he literally said, "Strange, old family name" to me, and I just went, okay. And he does that, and he used to come in every week and do this, but he hasn't been in a couple weeks. I don't remember the last time he came. Maybe like January or December or something, but I don't really remember the last time he came into the store, but he just came into the store every once in a while and just said that to me. And it was just pretty awkward and weird and strange, and I just tried not to laugh because I don't want to be rude and think a customer is, like, they're going to be getting all mad and be, I'm not a clown, why are you laughing at me, or something. Just because I don't want to agitate a customer, even if they are somebody I know. It's just I don't want to make them mad or something. But then another time around Christmas, he had actually said, like, just strange, old Christmas name and stuff, but his name actually starts with a H, so he had said, like, ho ho ho, and then his name, and I just gave him Mr. Strange because I don't want people to know who he is. But his name is, like, he said ho ho ho, and I'll just say horrible because that's closer to his name. Ho ho horrible, old Christmas name, and he had said that. And then another time, he came in with his daughter, I think. I don't know. I think it might have been a boy. I don't really fucking know. They didn't say anything. It was just hard to tell. When kids are really young, like 1 or 2 or something, and they can't even really talk, you can't even tell. It was just a little hard to tell if it was a boy or a girl. So they said, and this is Strange Jr. Like they had said that, and it was really weird and everything. And it just sort of made me want to laugh, but I didn't just because, it's just awkward and stuff. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much how I ended up having to hear a teacher just be super weird to me, and I just ended up not really knowing why they did that, and it was just pretty awkward in a way, and it was just definitely a strange, weird teacher. So that is pretty much all the little Domino's work stories I have for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this long episode, probably my longest story time ever. And I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you guys soon for the next story time.